Hello Wargamers and welcome back to another episode of Wargame Hammer. Today we're talking about Combat Patrol Issue 2. Is it as good as the first one? So we've got the first delivery from Hachette with the Combat Patrol magazine. They sent us the rather nice Citadel pincers and the little bits of metal that you use for getting the flashing off things and taking away the dividing lines on the sprues and all of that. We got issue 1, which is nice, so we've already looked at issue 1, but we've also got issue 2, and notice this, issue 2 is a lot thinner. Magazine-wise, probably about the same width, but it does feel a lot less substantial than the amount that you got in issue 1. So I don't know whether that's going to fare as well on the shelves in the shops, but from my point of view, it's got exactly what they said they were going to send, so I'm happy. Let's have a look inside. First up, we've got the Von Ryan sleepers. The 3 Von Ryan sleepers on one massive sprue, and their bases, all the bases are the same, exactly as we'd expect them to be, so that's nice. I'm going to put these to one side. We might assemble them later. I might just use the ones I've already got from the starter set. For the rest of the review, we'll see what happens. So let's have a look at what we've got here in the magazine. 3 Von Ryan sleepers on issue 2 and a partridge in a pear tree. So the cover's nice, very eye-catching. I do love the style they've got going with these. It really is nice. So we go in, we've got the nice editorial again. How to build the Von Ryan sleepers, page 1, page 2. Interesting that they've now added in the how to paint. So we've got the base coat, shades, highlights, very nice. And then interesting amounts of other things. I don't remember this guy being in the set, although I think he is, and he is. So I'm going to open up issue 1 and just have a quick check, because I think that guy's not in it. Here's the Combat Patrol poster from issue 1, which explains what we get in all of this. So that looks to be a Chaos Sorcerer of some kind. So we're going to have a look and see if we can find him on here. Chaos is up here at the back. No, those are Orcs, those are Chaos. Got a giant guy there. Where's the other Chaos set? Because we've got the World Eaters as well. Yeah, I don't think he's in this set. He totally is in this set. He's right there and looks quite substantial, actually. Wow. The How to Paint guide is nice and straightforward. It doesn't go into too much detail, doesn't overwhelm the person that's looking at this for the first time. It's talking more about how you're going to get those guides later on to what you can really expect right now. But it is a nice set of interesting ideas to get you started on things that you've already got. You haven't got the paints yet, so you don't have to worry too much at this point. It's just assembly at the moment. I kind of like that. So let's go further on. Nice bit of information about the Imperium. This looks different to what we get in the core rulebook, so that's nice. Got new art, well, not new art, but new to this art, and some interesting bits about the factions. Yeah, I'm liking this. This is nice. Not too much detail at this point, not overwhelming again. Got a bit about the Vanguard Swarms, about Tyranids. Really big guy here. Am I right in thinking that's a Neurolictor? Because I have heard that getting another couple of issues of this, plus a Lictor and a Neurolictor, means that you've got an extra combat patrol. You can essentially make 10 combat patrols instead of the 9. So that's interesting, but I've already got 3 Von Ryan sleepers already from the starter set, plus the 3 that we've got here. So from my point of view, I'd only need an extra issue 2, so I probably will get that. But at the moment, here we are. Oh, we've got more stuff now. So we're getting information about the Gene Stealers, which, yes, they're attached to the Tyranids, so it's nice to see that being blended in already. So we're getting information on stuff that we're going to get later. That's quite nice. He's one of the guys that we get in the bigger set, isn't he? No, he's not. He's similar in style to the Hive Tyrant, but he's got wings. So I don't know who he is. I genuinely don't know who that is. But I don't think he's in this set again. It's interesting that this... But again, of course, the Tyranid host and the swarms... No, he is. There he is. So we do get him. Interesting. That is nice. I like that. So we're getting to see parts that, again, are coming later. This is nice. It's all starting to mesh together. Very interesting. Like that. Got information about the various hive fleets. Very nice. The Termagants, which we haven't got yet. The Hormagant, which we haven't got yet. But then something about the Von Ryan's Leapers. We get this fun thing with the, oh, what are they called? So we're going to do that again. I've got my dice patch here. Dice patch. I kind of like the idea of it being a dice patch. This is the dice patch. This is where I grow my dice. So we need a 1d6 to find out what our Von Ryan's Leapers swarm is called this time. So got a nice little jelly die. 2. So we've rolled a 2. The Von Ryan's Leapers have chameleonic skin that allows them to blend in anywhere. That sounds cool. And we're called the Invisible Terror. Oh, I like that. The Invisible Terror is coming to fight the forces of the Heart of Albion Squadron, which is the big Space Marine chapter that I'm putting together for this set, using all the characters from the set. So I'm very interested to see how the Invisible Terror is going to come through on this. Then we get the datasheet and all the information about them. Various Tyranid units. Interesting. Naming the models and units in your collection is a great way to build a connection with them. I agree. I like this. Very much from the style of what we were saying before last episode, where we're saying this really gets in the kids by giving them that little extra that really gets them interested. So I like that. Okay, forming exciting narratives on the tabletop. You can use the tables on the next page to make names for any Tyranid units. Tyranids do not give themselves names. They're often given nicknames by their terrified victims. I'd have thought more they're not so much given nicknames as, get off me, that kind of thing. But you know. Roll 1 die to pick a row and a second die to pick a column. Okay, let's do this. Generate a name from this table. Let's bring in the dice patch again. I like that, dice patch. So, blue, row 5. Green for column. Column 5. The clicking, and then on this one, 3 and 1. So, the clicking nightmare. Ooh, that sounds interesting. We've got a clicking nightmare and an invisible terror. That sounds fantastic. Then we have a bit about... what is this? Tyranid vanguard organisms scout ahead of the main swarm in search of prey to slaughter. Your Warhammer 40,000 collection will be used on the tabletop to fight battles. Exactly. Okay. Space Marine Captain and Terminator armor is a unit, the 3 Von Ryan's Leapers units. So it's bringing in what we got in issue 2 as well. Very nice. Then we have the intro concepts about multi-model units. So, yeah, it's all coming together gradually to make sure that you understand what's going on. And then it has this as a mission. In this mission, you'll fight a battle between the Von Ryan's Leapers and the Captain and Terminator armor. You'll use dice to determine who wins the battle and who is slain. Follow the steps on the next 2 pages. You can play through this battle on your own or have a friend make the rolls for the Captain and Terminator armor. So, it's really expecting us to go for the Tyranids. How to win. The battle ends immediately when one unit is slain. So it's still very much a slap-about fight. Is this still just melee only? So this is just a stand and fight attack again. It's not about movement. It's not about anything else. So it's just learning the role of the die for hits and values like that. So we are going to play through it because that's what we do. But first, we've got to make our Von Ryan's Leapers. Now, thankfully, they have sent these clippers this time. So, although you're supposed to get these in issue 3, if I remember correctly, they have sent it with the first batch, which is nice. Very easy to clip out. And to be honest with you, not a lot of it needs mold removed. So, we're doing okay with this. Hardly anything on them that requires any removal, but if there is, you can quickly get it up to shape. These little files are perfect, by the way. I highly recommend the little sprue file. Coming together, I'll assemble these as I go, and let's just skip forward to ones I've already made. So, we've got our battle set up, and this is not the Terminator Captain that I was using in the previous episode. This is actually the guy that came in that issues sprues. I assembled him, I've painted him up, he looks pretty good, possibly even better than the first time I did one, because practice makes perfect. I'm rather happy with him. So, I differentiated him from the other guy by giving him a red bolter instead. Let's get him in there. He's going to be fighting 3 of these guys. I don't think that's actually a fair fight, but we'll see how it goes. Already determining that the Von Ryan's Leapers being melee only and going in swarms means that it's actually quite difficult to get them close because they have a lot of stuff that sticks off them. Really good design though. I love the spider-like nature of them with all the talons that look a bit like spider legs. It's a really interesting design. So, we have our fight. And last time I forgot some of the rules on armor penetration and all of that, so we're going to try and remember it this time. Our datasheet gives us a 10-inch move, which we don't need for this. And let's move the camera in a bit. So we've got a 10-inch move, which we don't need this time. Saving throw on a 4+, and 3 wounds per Von Ryan's Leaper. Now, we also have our Terminator Captain, our Captain and Terminator armor. A Terminator Captain would be cool though, wouldn't it? And all of that. He has his own datasheet in issue 1, so let's get out this datasheet from that. Captain and Terminator armor has a movement of 5, a saving throw of a 2+, and 6 wounds. So he is somewhat harder to hurt and to kill than the Von Ryan's Leapers are. I'm just trying to arrange these on the little desk in front of me so we can do this properly. So he has his melee weapon of a relic sword, nice relic weapon, with an attack of 6. The Leaper Talons are what the Von Ryan's Leapers use, with a melee attack of 6, so we're going to need 6 dice. And let's get ourselves into it. We'll roll to see who goes first. The magazine suggests that the Tyranids are going first, but I prefer to be fair, so odds, the Space Marine goes first, evens, the Tyranids do. It is odds, so the Space Marine Captain goes first. He's going to attack with his relic weapon, which is 6 attacks, so he has a weapon skill of 2+, so he hits on a 2+. We have hit with all 6, strength of 5, toughness of 5. So to wound, we've got a standard rolling of 4. So we roll these, strength versus toughness to determine our wounds. We roll all 6 because he hit with all 6. So standard wound roll of 4+ because strength and toughness are equal, so we'll see how this goes. 4+, that one's out, that one's out, that one's out, and that one's out. There's 2 wounds, so he has an armor penetration of -2. That means that when we've got a saving throw of 4+ over on the Tyranids, they're actually saving on a 6+. So that's going to be quite difficult. Let's see how we do with this. So only on a 6 are these Tyranids going to actually be saving from those 2 wounds. Neither saved, so that's great. We have 2 damage per wound, so that's 4 damage to the Tyranids, which means, given that they have 3 wounds, well, one of them's already dead. Let's take him out. You can sit and watch the dice. And one of these Tyranids is wounded as well, because they already granted a wound. So, there we go. So now we have the Tyranids' turn, and they need 6 attacks per living Tyranid. That's going to be attacking. Well, both of them are attacking because they're both base on. But they should be consolidating because, let's face it, it's in a fight stage and they need to be within 2 inches of each other. They probably already were, but let's consolidate them. Here we go. Right, so there's the first one with its 6 dice. Here's the second one with its 6 dice. Let's roll in and see what attacks they have. Now, they have a weapon skill of 3+. So they hit on a 3+. Don't you love the sound of all those dice? Hitting on a 3+. So that one's out. That one's out. That one's out. That one's out. And the rest have hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not bad at all. So 8 They have a strength on their attack of 5, and the captain has a toughness of 5, so wounding on a 4+. That one's out. That one's out. Those two are out. That one's out. So, 3 potential wounds. They have an armor penetration of -1, and the captain has a saving throw of 2+. So with a -1, he saves on a 3+. So, let's see if he saves from these 3 attacks. Saved on a 3+, every single one has saved. So, the captain is still alive. He gets to go again now. So he has his 6 attacks. And with his weapon skill 2+, he hits on a 2+, so that one did not hit. 5 did hit. Strength of 5 and toughness of 5 means he wounds on a 4+. Didn't wound, so 3 potential wounds. And of course, he has an armor penetration of -2 with their saving throw of 4+, which means that they save on a 6+. None of them are saved. That's 4 damage. Wow. So, that one is now down because he takes damage first, being already damaged. So he takes 2 and dies, which means 2 are left for this one to take, which means he has 2 damage and 3 wounds in total. So he is almost dead, but it's his turn now. Now, it is potentially possible for him to die right away on this next turn, or for him to continue fighting and actually take down the Terminator captain. So all's not lost yet, but looks like the captain is going to get through at this point. It's more likely that he's going to get through. He only needs to hit once. This guy needs to hit 6 times. So, 6 attacks, rolling 6 dice. And he has a weapon skill 3+, so hit. All of them have hit. Strength of 5 against toughness of 5 means that he has to wound on a 4+. That one did not wound. All the others did. Okay. So, we now have armor penetration of -1 and a save of 2+ for the captain, which means that we save on a 3+. All of them have saved. The captain is still in action, which means that we had to add in an extra dice because he's attacking again. I think we're about to get a devastating blow again, but we'll see. So, all 6. He has a weapon skill 2+, so that one is out. Hits on a 2+. There we are. They're all hitting, except for that one. So, strength 5, toughness 5. He wounds on a 4+. That one went out of bounds, so we roll that again, even though it was a 6, which would be nice. But hey, we got another 6. So, he wounds on a 4+. Did not wound. 3 wounds. 3 potential wounds. So, we have an armor penetration of 2 and save of 4+. So, saving on a 6+. 1 save, 2 got through. Oh my goodness. We have damage of 2, so 4 wounds. He's only got 1 left. The Tyranid is down. Victory to Guarther Ambrosius of the Heart of Albion Legion. Space Marines win. But what does that mean for our potential Space Marines? Because we have this at the end. The battle ends, for now. Congratulations, you fought with units for the first time. Did the captain in Terminator armor triumph, or was he slain? Space Marine victory. Battered, beaten, but unbroken, the captain plunges his blade into the last von Ryan's Leaper. He triggers his emergency transponder, for more Tyranids are surely on the way, and reinforcements will be required. The battle rages on. And then on the back we have what's coming next. So in the next one we have our first paints on Combat Patrol 4, and our first interesting little bits that come with our magazine to add on to the layout. So we've got bits to cover with extra details and scenery and scenario stuff like that, plus the Infernus Marines in issue 3. So actually that looks like a good couple of issues. I know that some people don't like the issues with the paints, but let's face it, we're going to need these paints. It's part of how you paint your dudes. So we'll see how we go. All in all, not a bad issue. It got far more in the reading side of things this time, which I like because I want to get information about these guys. I want to know the lore and all of that. I'm very interested in it. So I think another thumbs up. And there you are. I think it is actually pretty damn good. It's nicer to have an emphasis on the reading side of things for an issue after it was pretty big on the combat and putting the parts together in the previous issue. So they're starting to strike a decent balance. Hopefully next time it'll go back to a bit more combat-y. I'd like to see them introduce movement mechanics. They haven't done that yet. Both issues have both been put your people right together and just fight. Which, yeah, it's getting you used to the different combat mechanics. First one was melee. The second one was melee, but a different kind of melee. I get it. But we need a bit more. We need a bit more meat on the bone, guys. Hopefully, with the intercessors coming in the next issue, then we should get a bit of ranged attack. We can hope, anyway. But we'll see. I have to admit, there's not much you can do with the first couple. The Tyranid Prime and the Von Ryan Sleepers are very melee focused. But perhaps it should have been a bit more of a balance. Either way, it's an interesting issue. I like it. I think it was worth it. And I'm going to see if I can get another copy of it. Because, like I was saying before, if you've got the 3 sets of Von Ryan Sleepers, then all you need is the other 2 Tyranids. And you can make another combat patrol, which means you've essentially got 10 from the 9 that were in the original lineup. So that's quite nice. We'll see how it goes from there. But for the moment, yeah, looking forward to seeing what they do with the next ones. Pretty good issue. I hope that you've been able to get your copies. I know that a few people have had a lot of trouble trying to track them down. I hope you've managed in the end, because it is worth it. But until next time, happy wargaming. Take care. Bye for now. If you like the show, please consider supporting me on Patreon. It really does help create future videos. That's patreon.com/Zoe Kirk Robinson. And I've got an extra special thanks going out to Chief89, Sam Yates, Retro Mickey 82, Mo Henry, and George Botterini. Thank you so much, guys.